What? No! PSD and its shows are mostly supported by you guys. If you like what we do, make sure to rate the podcast wherever you listen, subscribe if you haven't, share your favorite moments and episode with friends, and check out our Patreon if you want to vote on the next episode subject, or if you just want to give us financial support. Like, I won't judge you. All that stuff helps like you wouldn't believe. Thank you so much for everything, and we hope you enjoyed this episode of Pondering Spooky Tapes.
In the deepest and darkest of woods, where not even the light of the moon can penetrate, two vile creatures indulge in dark delights and have conquered their comrades into capitulation. Now they wander these lands watching scary cinema, and there's a good chance you're next. Mandalore and Billy invite you to ponder some spooky tapes.
Welcome back to Pondering Spooky Tapes, where we watch movies with friends. I can't believe this, but it finally happened. The happening.
That's what we're going for?
No.
What?
What?
No.
Hi, everybody.
You're gonna murder me
Hey, everybody.
in my sleep, aren't you?
We're talking about the happening. Usually, we go in. I have my little notebook of things where I go through it and I talk about cool facts and other things. This movie does not deserve that shit. I think I've seen this movie a total of 7-8 times, and I refuse to have any more knowledge than what is in the movie. The movie is the movie is the movie. There's nothing else to it.
It's a science experiment.
Let me ask the comment section here for the YouTube show. Before we get into discussion here, what do you think happened?
Actually, I really want to. Yeah, what do you think happened? If you've never seen this, if you've never seen this movie, just let us know and then comment your reaction as to what actually happens. So, The Happening, 2008, The Happening, directed and written by M. Night Shyamalan. After his, this was like during his.
It was after Lady in the Water, so things weren't good.
Yeah,
And this came out
Yeah.
during the filming of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
With a tease for Avatar: The Last Airbender, like, you thought this was good, get ready.
buddy, it basically went Lady in the Water, The Happening, Last Airbender, After Earth.
Oh, that's rough.
It could not have been a rougher time for Mr. M. Night.
Thank God he keeps getting movies, though, because then he went on to make The Beach That Makes You Old.
They stopped giving him money and you started making interesting things again.
The Beach That Makes You Old is really bad, though. I fucking hate that movie.
Oh, you don't like where, like, the kids, like, grow up slightly, they go have sex, and then the younger kid is, like, 20 and she gives birth on the old beach?
Did you like it? Well, then that you get my fucking answer, dude.
But it's less boring than fucking Avatar
That's true. Avatar is really boring.
and After Earth. That's the problem with Avatar. You hear how bad it is. It's like, oh man, I can't wait to see how bad it is. And
It's
then
just
Well, there's bad
boring.
movies and then
It's
there's
so-
boring movies.
yeah.
And boring movies don't make
This
for
is-
fun bad movies.
This is
This
a
is a
slop.
good
This
bad
is a
movie.
slarp. This sludge and slarp.
This is some fat,
Slurp?
wet slarp.
This is some slarp. This movie is fucking insane. Just complete incompetence all across the board. We got Mark Wahlberg, Zooey Deschanel, John Leguizamo. What the fuck is going on in this movie?
Some of the
We got
worst
Joey on the
performances.
phone. We got Tiramisu attacks the phone.
Zooey attacks the phone.
We got Colony collapses the trees.
Everything happens in Central Park. First line of the movie.
What page was I on?
What page was I on?
You're on the page where the girl gets kidnapped and then she has to find a way to get out. And then she says, oh, what page am I on? And then the movie starts like that.
well, after she kills herself with her stainless steel bladed chopstick.
Well,
in
and
her hair.
also I
Very
think you forget
dull.
to mention that the opening line about the page has the literally the second line of the movie is, oh, you're on that page with that crippled kid.
Oh, yeah, that's
verbatim.
right.
That's
yeah.
what I-
Verbatim.
That was it.
I forgot where I am.
You're at the place where the killers meet to decide what to do with the crippled girl.
That's right. That's right.
And then it happens.
And then it happens.
That happens.
My favorite part, honestly, like I loved trying to figure out what the movie was about, and I figured that out like right before I
Fast.
think the main characters did. But at first, I thought
think,
it was
listen,
Colony Collapse.
before we get into things like for real, go watch this movie. Like actually, you will not believe Like what we're going to say in this episode is nothing compared to the actual thing. This movie is unfucking believable.
Normally we talk like psychopaths, but this time it's justified.
It's actually happening. It's actually happening. This is actually what the movie is like. It's fucking insane.
The problem is, it's like you could try to. It's hard to imitate the tone of a scene because you could be like, "Oh, they walk in," but how they deliver their lines is so fucking strange. It's impossible to replicate.
It's some of the most insane direction any movie has ever had. It feels like it Brendan said,
yeah, Brendan
very accurately.
Oh yeah, so
Brendan,
the performances in the script in this movie are literally, if you made this movie exactly the same way today, people online and people like critics would be like, "Oh, this is AI generated content." Like it reads like a Chat GPT script. Like you say, "I want a script where shit happens," and you put it into the algorithm, and the algorithm gives you "this happens," and you're like, "Whoa, my fucking
and
mind."
then you would call it The Happening.
Because you have like a scene where Zooey literally goes, "I am so upset," or like,
We just had tiramisu.
We ate tiramisu together. That is it. I told you that would be it. You have got to chill out.
or John Leguizamo saying, "My wife, she is going to the town of Princeton." Like everything's so awkward sounding.
And it's like this is something where it's like when a bad thing, when like a bad piece of media releases now, this is why I'm not like immediately like crying out, "Oh, like AI." I'm like, well, bad writing exists.
It can just be bad.
I forgot about the end of the first scene is the girl from
Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods, the
Yeah.
final girl from Cabin in the Woods. She looks at the camera and goes, there appears to be an event occurring." Holy fucking shit. And there's just people killing themselves next to them.
Well, it's way funnier in retrospect because you see her and it's like, oh, is this movie like a joke?
It feels like a joke, but
He's tried to
swear-
say it's a joke after Roger Ebert gave it 3 stars.
Yeah.
And he went, yeah, that's what I was doing.
M. Night being like, "Oh yeah, no, this is a parody. This is a B movie. Like this is a parody of B movies from like the 80s or whatever."
No.
Fuck off. This is the most earnest movie I've ever seen. There's something about this movie that is so earnest. It's so shit, and it's impossible for it to be like, they didn't make this knowing that they were making shit like this.
It's like, I will give him the demons and signs. That is actually like, sure, he had set up for that. This being intentionally bad, it's like, no, especially like how heavy-handed the fucking like for what's actually happening. The subtle background clues, which are like that take up half the fucking frame.
God, they take half the fucking. What was the one on the fucking?
Well, they run by the
town.
Yeah, there's
the
a town like there's some development saying you deserve it.
This. Oh
With
my
the deserve
God.
underlined. It's take up half the fucking screen, so you cannot possibly miss it.
Can I say, like, I weirdly, when they're in that little like developmental town where they're building the houses, I love that it's full of fake plastic food.
I do like it.
Yeah.
Like it's literally full to the brim with like there's sushi that's fake and plastic on like a table.
There's like fake things that would not be in like a display home. Just like an absurd amount of fake details to make it lived in.
I fuck with that. I've always had a thing for like movies or TV shows or video games that where like they go into those weird fucking, what were they called again? Like those houses with display
Showcase
homes,
houses?
display homes,
Show houses,
yeah,
like show
display
houses.
homes.
it's such a weird concept in like. It's such a weird concept, and having things happen in there, like stories, whatever. I don't know. It's interesting.
That's all of Arrested Development. Arrested Development
It is.
literally
It literally
has,
is. Yeah.
as the development homes that they built, and like that's genuinely where most of the series takes place, is in one of those, and there's always funny problems related to it. It's a very fun setting.
But the fake house at least gives us, it gives us Marky Mark talking to a plastic plant.
Oh my God.
It's a good
I'm
it's a
giving
good
you
bit.
good vibes.
Isn't that later?
No, that's in the
No,
development
That's in
home.
the fake house.
that's-
That's when they
yeah.
found out it's fake. So he goes, it's a fake plant. And the kids go, everything's
Oh,
fake.
yep, true.
Yeah.
I'm
'Cause first you're
talking
like,
to a
oh,
plastic
haha.
tree, and
It's
I'm
like-
still doing it.
It's, oh, haha, the plant's fake. Then it's, everything's fake. And they start going through all the props. And everything's
We're just here
plastic.
to use the bathroom, and then we're just going to leave. Dude, if you took a shit in a showcase home, wouldn't the shit Is there plumbing in a showcase?
Oh, they literally have an episode of Arrested Development about that, where they've been using the house and using the toilet in the house, and it's not connected to a septic tank or anything.
Yeah, why
so the
would
house
it?
starts to sink because the feces is filling up under the home.
Dude, I gotta rewatch Arrested Development. It's been too fucking long.
How much is a banana? $10? $10 for a banana? This can't be happening.
happening. The line delivery is genuinely some of the craziest shit ever. One of my favorite lines out of any movie ever is in this. Mark Wahlberg is introduced as this fucking charming
teacher.
Question mark.
Charming. I mean, that's what they're trying.
He's supposed to be the cool
for.
teacher, but there has never been a more horrible miscasting.
Do you remember when his boss walks into the room and he is like, "Oh fuck, the devil is here.
The Dark Lord has arrived."
And then he hides from her, and all the students are like, ha ha ha. Dude, even the fake laughter, and then he turns the lights off. Oh, it's so weird. But at one point, he looks at a student and he's like, "You're not interested in what happened to the bees? You should be interested. You know why?
Because you're going to be ugly.
Your ears and nose will grow an inch every year.
Because your face is perfect."
Yeah, that's right. That's the opener.
You should be more interested in science, Jake. You know why? Because your face is perfect.
And then the kid just looks at him like, "What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about?"
He says that he's gonna be ugly.
And he just tells him, "You're gonna be fucking ugly. You're gonna be a fucking ugly ass."
In 10 years, your ears are gonna keep growing, and your nose is gonna keep growing, and your eyes are gonna keep growing. And I'm sitting there like, you tell me this kid's gonna look like fucking Droopy Dog?
Dumbo, bro. You're gonna look like
Dumbo.
Dumbo.
Ferengi at 25.
Gold pressed platinum. This can't possibly be happening.
Oh, the best part is the kid at one point he's just like, "Wait, how much does a human nose grow each year?" And he looks fucking so distraught. And then Mark Wahlberg just like, "Don't worry about it. You're gonna be a heartthrob your whole life." And then he just goes like, "Yeah," and then points at Marky Mark like, "Fuck yeah." Oh, what are your favorite death scenes? I think they're all trash.
Oh, what's your favorite happening?
What's your favorite happen?
When that kid gets shot in the fucking head.
No,
that one's pretty good.
The one
didn't happen.
"Hey, pussy, open the door!" And then he starts like knocking.
Here. Well, Josh, the one kid gets shot like with a shotgun, and then the barrel slowly protruding out of the window like it's Elmer fucking Fudd, and then he shoots the kid in the head.
I found out something amazing about this kid because I knew I saw him somewhere. It's the kid from The Cat in the Hat.
Oh my god! I knew
it's
that
the
haircut.
Kid from I knew it's the haircut. I thought the same.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
"Who the fuck is that? Why do I know who that is?" It's the kid from The Cat in the Hat, the one that gets told that I'm gonna make it look like a fucking accident. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
And the Santa Claus movies, at least 2 and 3.
Was he in it? Was he?
Yeah,
No, he
he
was
is.
not in 2.
No?
Was he?
He was in 2 and 3.
He was in 2? I thought he was just in 3. Not to be a Santa Claus fan, but like he was only in 3.
No, he's credited for both of them. And the Shaggy
Is he?
Dog.
I don't remember him in 2.
I'm just looking at his credits now.
What's more bizarre about the shooting scene, though, is that the guy in the house, he thinks that the happening is some kind of like terrorist attack with gas. And so he's held up in there and he goes, "Don't come in. Don't you let that gas in. Don't you let that gas in." And when he shoots the first child, he opens up the door and says, "Don't you let that gas in," shoots the child and then closes the door, which would let the gas in.
And then opens another one and then kills somebody, the other kid, and then closes the door again.
Well, the other one came to the boarded up windows like Elmer Fudd, like Brendan said. It looked like when he's about to get Bugs Bunny, but the barrel's turned around and like it shoots himself.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, to be fair, also stupidity in this movie. Like nobody acts normal.
It's so stupid that the 2 kids get shot and then they're like, "Okay, we'll get off my porch now." It's like, what?
Like you think he might take revenge or like there'll be something to it.
No,
They just leave.
Because right before that, Billy was like, what's the point of these kids? Why did they
They're
bother
there-
taking these
they're there
kids?
to
And they're
die.
there to die.
I mean, because there's so many moments where we realize, like, because the party, they have like this little RPG party going around, this fucking D&D party, and it constantly switches players, you know?
So the group
Like,
can't
at
be
first-
too big because a theory.
I fucking love the dude who's like, I love hot dogs. Hot dogs are awesome.
That's
Maybe plants are
felt-
killing
what
people.
was his name? Nursery owner.
The nursery
guy?
owner,
He's
he
so
had such
funny.
lore.
He felt like a Nick Cage character.
Yeah, he did. He kind of looked like Nicolas Cage in Pig.
You know, hot dogs get a bad rap. They got a cool shape. They got protein. You like hot dogs, right?
We're packing hot dogs for the road. You know, hot dogs get a bad rap. They got a cool shape. They got protein. You like hot dogs, right?
And then later, after they've been driving, you see him eating a hot dog.
You do.
In the bun, and there was no possible way to cook it, so he just is
He
raw
cooked
dogging
it on the radiator.
I was just saying, maybe he cooked it on the radiator of the car.
No, he was raw dogging it.
He was raw dogging. There is raw dogging and the happening. You're welcome.
It happened.
It happened. Billy, we gotta have a counter up for this video every time we say happen.
I'm not doing that.
That's gonna be so much work.
That's
you
so
imagine
much work.
How much like less fun this movie would be to talk about if they went with the original name for this movie?
What
is the original name?
The original name for the script before he rewrote it was The Green Effect.
Oh, wow.
That's real. That's the only thing I looked up on our break.
That's way more on the nose.
But then he called it The Happening, and now it's really funny to talk about.
I mean, my favorite happening is the lion, because that's kind of hard to beat. The lion scene is so fucking bewildering.
The fucking guy just in the zoo pen just like gives his hand to the fucking lion.
Also, because the woman's showing it, she has her 2008 flip phone, and she's like, "Look what my friend sent me." And
From
it's
the
not like a
Philadelphia
shitty
Zoo.
like digital
1080p.
video. It's fucking
Yeah.
4K HD lion devouring scene.
This movie came out in 2008. Were
2008.
smartphones not like on the market by
That
then?
was
Not
like
really. That was
the
like when
start of.
yeah,
Was it
like
the start of.
if you were cool, you had like a sidekick or something that had like a big keyboard for texting. Like you'd have some apps on your phone, but it wasn't like a smartphone really.
2007 was the first iPhone.
Yeah, it was in that transitional period. So it's like
With the lawnmower kill, did the lawnmower just magically turn around by itself and then the dude laid in front of it?
No.
It
The
also
Happening
got
pushed it
happened
towards
to
it.
No.
It happened.
The guy started it and then he like turned the steering wheel so that it would just like turn around and do
Why in that shot? Why was it shot from so far away?
because they were far away. You're
Like,
so
was that the
stupid for that
purpose behind
question,
it?
Brendan. Yes, because they were far. Duh.
I don't get it.
You, the
What's
viewer, need to
happening?
know how far. The viewer needs the depth perception of the main characters at all times. Oh my god! Speaking of, this movie has so many just facial zoom-ins. It's the entire movie is filmed like that.
The
Just
most insane
constant.
shot, I think, is the old lady jump scare for me.
Terror.
Like
Which one?
she just fucking like, what are you trying to steal from me? And it like fucking, she's like centered in the screen.
yeah.
And it's
felt
like fucking
so bad.
terrifying. And it
Game.
cuts right back. Yeah, it feels like an FMV game. Like you got caught by grandma trying to steal her doll.
It was some Hello Neighbor shit.
Oh my god! It's so loud too.
Oh, Matt Pet, we need to before
Please
Matt Pet
text
retires.
us Marky Mark. I can't wait
Before
to see
Matt
Marky
Pat
Mark
retires.
analyze every frame.
Yeah, we need Matt
Please.
Pet to analyze this movie before he retires.
Come back!
Honestly, that seems like a film theory thing. They might have done a video on it. Like, was The Happening really
my
aliens?
Oh, let me check.
When I was growing up, this movie was actually one of the. I went to my cousin's, and this was one of the movies that he had just rented, and he because this is technically a horror movie, I guess. This is one of the loosest horror movies, let's say, that we're going to be watching for this show. It's more of a thriller, I guess. But my cousin was watching this movie, and I was scared shitless, and I don't know why I was scared shitless, but he was like watching it in the other room, and he kept like, I was in his room playing GameCube, and in the other room he was like watching The Happening, and he kept like looking at me and yelling, oh my God, this is the scariest shit I've ever seen. Oh, Christ. And I was just this little kid in the other room, just like, I'm gonna die, dude. I can't do this.
Happening.
And for the longest time in my life, I was scarred by this movie.
And you didn't even watch
As
it?
a 12-year-old boy. No, I didn't watch
you
it.
didn't see it, so it's scarier.
All I heard was the screaming and like, because if it's just the audio playing and it's just like you just hear the fucking and the fucking, you know, that's all I heard as a kid.
I've had an identical experience.
I just heard that and my cousin going, oh my God, it's so scary. I'll never sleep again. So for the longest time in my head, John Leguizamo was basically like fucking Michael Myers.
What a fucking sentence.
I was horrified.
That's where the refusal to see his movies came from. I didn't think it was from that. I thought you said, "Oh, it was so shit." Like I didn't want to. I didn't want to see other movies.
No, that's where it came from. Because I was so scared of John Leguizamo. Because that's the only person I saw on.
I will never watch The Pest. I'll never watch Spawn. I'll never watch Mario.
I'll never watch Encanto, bro.
I'll never be able to watch that one section of John Wick that he's in.
Oh, right. He is in John Wick.
Oh, he was. He's also in The Menu.
Does he eat the menu?
Oh, no, he plays
movie
he plays
star.
an asshole actor.
Yeah, he's a movie star. But yeah, no, that's the reason why I just refuse to watch anything with John Leguizamo, because he traumatized me as a kid, even though he did nothing. He literally did nothing. I just saw him going, oh, what was the line he told Zooey Deschanel? Fucking, don't take her hand unless you mean it.
Yeah, that's right.
The fucking scene where it's like they have two separate cars and obviously the red Jeep that he's in could fit his daughter in there if she like sat on his lap, but they don't do that. And the station wagon could also fit another person.
No, it's because
but he wants to. They're going to Princeton.
They're going different. Yeah, but not everybody. One is going to Princeton. The others are going to
Flargenstown.
I don't
somewhere.
fucking know. Oh, Marlborough County, isn't it? Or no, are Ludendar? What's the frozen?
Arendelle.
Yeah, they're going
Arendelle. They're going to Arendelle.
Not from Frozen in Pennsylvania.
Fuck. I'm losing my mind.
Have we even like explicitly said what the happening is?
No. They have theories in the movie. To be fair, they never conclusively say that what was happening was the happening.
I mean,
sure?
They still say it could have been those CIA biolabs in the Northeast until
no, yeah, but at the end in Paris, it's very
they moved the experiments to France. That's the secret of the happening.
No, I'm pretty sure. it is like.
Are you sure?
It is what it is. It's like
because it was demons and signs, and everyone missed that. So maybe he got even deeper on this one.
I still to this day I thought it was aliens and signs. It's demons.
I thought it was
It's
aliens
demons.
until right now when you said it.
It's demons.
What, you thought it was no, it's fucking
demons.
it's the plants. They're
I'm talking about signs.
Oh no,
In signs, it's demons.
no, in signs it's the plants.
No, in signs it's aliens.
We could probably somehow extrapolate that it was the plants.
When Mel Gibson is getting the house back together at the end of Signs, on the radio they say that they're talking about how the creatures are defeated. They said, oh yeah, the turnaround started with 3 small cities in the Middle East, which is Bethlehem, Jerusalem. Fuck, what was the third one? But it's implying that the people there had knowledge that was more ancient to deal with them. And also, it's like they can't come through wooden doors.
Oh wait,
the water in the priest's house is all holy water, quote unquote. It's like
I get it. So it's a lot like Stargate Atlantis, where they have to fight the Wraith after they get to the Atlantis city.
It's like the Goa'uld if there weren't worms.
Oh, I love the Goa'uld.
I only watched that movie once, and it was at a little like fucking camp thing that I had to do because I was getting confirmed.
Oh, Stargate? Or
Did you have to fight a bad at camp?
They made us watch Signs, and I was like, I don't want to be here. I'm not watching this movie. So I barely watched it.
Oh, your confirmation.
Yeah.
I was like, they're trying to confirm me. I was like, what do you mean by they're trying to confirm me?
When I'm the terms and the conditions, please agree to me.
That's what I thought you were talking about. I got confused as hell.
They made me go to a bunch of shit, and then I had to get like a sponsor. I don't even remember who my sponsor was.
Father, I cannot click on the Bible.
Father, why is Shisha my sponsor?
We can't be so
we
cold
can't-
winter pilled, Mandy. We're gonna scare him away.
They should have made us watch The Happening. Maybe I would have left the church sooner.
But they didn't. There was like no religious element to The Happening compared to Signs.
No, it was plants.
But it would have been really funny.
I was really surprised. I genuinely thought this movie had a church scene. I was actually on the break after we watched the movie. I was talking to Shelby and she's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that movie. Doesn't Mark Wahlberg like give a speech to the plants to make them stop attacking people?" And I was like, "What?" My wife.
Okay,
Shelby-
wait. Actually,
See,
is that
Shelby thought that the Mark Wahlberg delivered a speech to the plants to make them stop killing
But he kind of
people.
does though, because he talks to the plastic plant and he's like, "Don't attack me." So he does technically.
I know what Brendan's talking about. Why do I also think that?
Oh my
Is that
god,
a
new
scary
Mandela
movie,
effect unlocked.
because
It's
there's
the
a scene where
happening
he
effect.
talks to a plastic plant.
No,
and that's
no,
why.
no. I remember how I remember the scene was he went outside and started talking to a field. Am I crazy?
I'm not
I'll
afraid
look
of
up
you
the happening
anymore.
deleted
Because
scenes
Brendan,
right
I
now.
swear to God, you're right. Because I remember
fucking
something
happen.
vaguely like that.
It didn't fucking happen.
Yes,
Marky Mark did not talk down the trees.
Oh my god, in the deleted scenes, the lion scene is extended with the lion biting his throat
Fuck!
and eating him.
Yo,
I was gonna say for R, the movie wasn't too rough except for that lion scene. Really,
There's
And the
also piss
lawnmower.
in the deleted scenes.
there's
always
piss
There's a guy
What do you
pissing
mean?
on some plants.
Oh, fighting back.
fighting back. Yeah, fight the system. Do it.
Oh, there's also Mark Wahlberg with a box of Wheaties, and then he drops the bowl.
Why did they get?
He's
why
like
did they get
holding
rid
the box
this?
of Wheaties, really, like in the deleted scene. He's like fucking like gripping the box of Wheaties.
Watching the deleted scenes?
Mark Wahlberg.
I just wanted to see. I didn't know there were deleted scenes for the happening.
Finish your Wheaties, Mark Wahlberg. I need a second.
Literally, where is it? Where's my screenshot? It is.
Wait,
It
there's a-
is literally finished.
Why is he clutching the box so hard? He's holding it like a fucking grenade launcher.
He's gonna yeah. What the fuck?
I've never seen someone hold cereal that
before
preciously.
happening time.
7 Wheaties. That's like honey. What? It's like some honey crumble?
Honeycrumbs? I think it's called honeycrumbs.
He's gripping it so hard.
Ball security.
I've never seen someone hold cereal that
It
hard.
dude, I think with one grip, he could probably rip that thing open.
Guy is gripping it so hard. It's like he's imagining it's Viet Cong.
Fuck.
Oh, they do an earlier wind shot. That's why. And then she throws a statue at his fucking head.
What is, dude? I've never seen the deleted scenes.
Watching a totally different movie.
Is there a director's cut of? No, there must be some extended fan cut where it has all the happenings combined into it.
I have the Blu-ray and it does not come with that.
That's such a shame.
Very much a
Oh
shame.
yeah, the lions do eat his face. They eat his throat. Look at that.
There you go.
Yeah, it's insane. They have a legitimate, like, fuck. That's
So going back to what we were saying, it is weird there was no religion angle at all. Like when you think someone, if that's happening, if people are just killing themselves,
my
dropping
God.
dead, there has
The
to be
whole
someone who
deleted
says it's
scene-
retribution.
the whole deleted scene between Zoe Deschanel and Mark Wahlberg is them talking about Rocky Road ice cream. We missed out on them just literally
Oh
having
my
a full discussion
God.
about it.
What the fuck?
Fuck. We actually did miss out.
It's really telling about the movie when that would have been one of the more exciting things and more cohesive scenes.
Oh, please, as if the entire movie isn't one of the most entertaining things ever.
Dude, there is a The Happening scene in a church.
We're not crazy.
There is. It's another phone video that was cut from the movie of somebody playing a violin in like a kind of like church or hotel, and then people, instead of like killing themselves, they just start dropping dead.
What the fuck?
So that's probably why
That's
they cut it, is
lame.
because they weren't killing themselves. They were just falling on the ground and dying.
I guess
Man.
that's true.
Oh, and then the violin guy eats his bow? Why was this cut?
Whoa, that's a great happening.
What?
Let me get a
Wait.
timestamp for you. I know
We're-
this is happening and
I-
we're recording a podcast, but also this is
No,
incredible.
but well, I'll put these scenes in the fucking video. I don't give a fuck. Oh, they're watching a.
They're watching another one. And then in another deleted scene thing, the lion scene was extended. Oh no, in this same one, the lion scene is extended so his throat gets ripped out.
He eats the. Oh my god!
He eats the bowstring.
Oh my god! He eats the entire bowstring, and John Leguizamo looks so distraught.
Where's your bowstring? I don't know.
Oh my god, speaking of distraught, can we please talk about the fucking dumbass mood ring? I cannot believe this movie's entire emotional fucking... Every emotional plot thread has to do with that dumbass fucking mood ring.
It's the key to everything. It's how he met her.
I can't believe it. It just he just brings it up so often. It is such a major piece of the fucking puzzle that is this dumbass love story. They don't deserve each other also.
Well, what's weird is that you think it might be like, oh, she had an affair, but then she realizes she really loves him. But she literally just had tiramisu with some guy from work and then lied to him about it because she's like, that might be crossing a boundary. Joey, played by M. Night Shyamalan off screen. They got tiramisu.
Dude, they're both terrible for each other. All they're doing is just constantly fucking just going after other people. Like, he bought that cough syrup for no reason. $6.
Superfluous cough syrup.
I didn't even need it.
If we're gonna die, I want you to know something. I was in a pharmacy a while ago. There was a really good-looking pharmacist behind the counter. Really good-looking. I went up and I asked her where the cough syrup was. I didn't even have a cough. And I almost bought it. And I'm talking about a completely superfluous bottle of cough syrup. That's like $6.
Are you joking?
It was a completely superfluous bottle of cough syrup.
We keep moving around and not talking about what actually happened.
Because that is what happened.
It's people walking around having conversations that sound like that they've been written by somebody who's never seen human beings talk. No, because they just walk from place to place and things happen. This is happening in the movie.
There is literally no structure in this movie.
Also, that bowstring scene being cut is 100% proof that him saying it was meant to be satire and a joke all along is false.
Absolutely.
Because that had to be cut for being too stupid. And you would keep that in if it's supposed to be stupid.
They also did it on more than one occasion where there was just a scene where people just kept taking turns lining up to shoot themselves in the head with a gun.
Yeah,
that part's great.
There's a lot of scenes of just a bunch of people killing themselves one after the other in the same way, very, very, very slowly.
Let me ask this real quick, a little Brendan question for you. If there was any The Happening kill that you would want that was not in this movie, what would be your The Happening kill? If M. Night Shyamalan came to you and said, "Hey, make this movie called The Happening. I need a good idea for like somebody to die." What would be your like somebody dies because of The Happening?
There would be like construction workers in that scene in the beginning where they're falling off the building. There would be one like working the street, and he has like a weird look. He looks at all the other construction workers, and he has like this faraway glance, like, Fred, are you okay? And Fred looks back at them and he goes, "We're part of the problem. We have to be the solution." And they go, "Fred, what are you talking about?" And then he throws himself into the cement mixer somehow.
Oh my God.
Which works more like a meat grinder for no reason. And it starts spilling out blood cement onto the street.
Oh my God.
On like the sidewalk they're filling.
Oh, okay. Instead of blood cement, can we Shyamalan this? Because I have an idea where it's just 20 seconds of his body rotating around in the cement mixer.
Yeah.
It's just stuck on that shot.
Yeah. It's like a meat grinder for no good reason.
Oh, and it just looks like a stupid ass puppet. Like when the
the old lady jumps through
like when the grandma jumps through the window.
Just like the legs are flopping around with no bones at all. Like inflatable.
And that's how he happens. He happens and becomes the sidewalk. And then at the end of the movie,
he's part of the world now. That's what the plants want.
Oh,
wow. We wrote a better movie.
No, we just had another happening scene.
Billy, what would be your The Happening kill?
I feel like we need the sports crowd in there, I'm just trying to think how
really
a sports arena would be great.
Yeah, sports arena, and then all of the players would stop in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
and they happen
something
because
like
the
that.
grass is there, but that spreads out for the rows.
Yeah,
they just take their helmets off and start tackling each other.
And then at the end, we learned that they replaced all the real grass with turf, and then it's a pro turf movie.
No more turf. We hate turf. We hate turf.
That's what I'm saying. It's awful, but that's how it is. I don't know how they would kill each other with like a football.
It's CTE.
No, but they're not killing each other. They're killing themselves.
Also, wait, if plants did it, would the message wouldn't the world then be more wary of plants and having like less plants around?
That's what
instead
I
of
was
growing
saying.
more plants.
That's what I was saying. The movie's like the humans are the bad guys and the plants are attacking the humans because there are too many humans.
Yeah, so all sports stadiums would have AstroTurf from that point.
No.
Central parks would be demolished.
Yeah,
no one would want plants around.
Wouldn't that mean we humans would need to, what are you trying to say with this movie?
What's your message?
M. Night, what are you saying?
Like we get oxygen from mainly sea plankton and plants, but yeah, if that actually happened, areas that did not need plants would be they'd be gonzo.
People
would not want to have indoor plants because they can decide your problem and fucking murder you.
The message of this movie's awful.
I love that at the end of the movie where Zoe Deschanel still has Zoe Mama Deschanel has plants in her windowsill. Still.
And she's taking care of them.
And what would be your The Happening kill?
I'm a big fan of both the times that the people were just getting in line to do the same thing over and over.
What would they get in line to do?
We need to find another relay kill. We need a relay kill.
They would get in line to do a sweet skateboard trick down like a really big flight of stairs, and they would only use the one skateboard.
They'll go. One person dies. One person goes down, picks up, goes back up,
to the bottom, goes back up, and then they try the same fucking sweet skateboard trick. There's one guy there with a fisheye lens, and he's the last one to go.
I have a really good idea that I think would fit with the movie perfectly.
I'm so horrified. Let's
you add a third character to Mark Wahlberg's little RPG party.
Can you name them?
Yeah, their name is Tumpty.
Tumpty.
Yeah, and he's like you make him like another kid character, but he's like a kid character who's like, oh, I love pizza. I like pizza.
I'm so tired of you.
Only Mark Wahlberg can see him.
My God.
My eyes are fucking.
Oh yeah, his name is the Great Gazoo.
Just the Great Gazoo. Oh my God! This is the second time we talk about the Great Gazoo in an episode. What is up with you?
No one gives a fuck about the Great Gazoo.
No, Brendan does because he keeps bringing.
He shouldn't. No one cares about the Great Gazoo.
The Great Gazoo.
Okay. So he doesn't have to be a fat kid. He can just be we'll make him a nerdy kid with an inhaler, right? Like the whole movie's like.
My name
is talks about like his allergies.
Hey, I heard these plants are making chloroform. It can kill us all.
So he makes it all the way to the old lady house, right? And then he gets the happened after the old lady, and Mark Wahlberg just sees him in the kitchen with a big jar of peanut butter, and he has a peanut butter allergy, and he's just slathering the peanut butter all over his face.
And he turns
not a bad one.
Nodding while his throat is closed and going,
He's making pufferfish sounds.
I like that actually. I like that. I like to think that the people with allergies just like go out of their way to
find what they're allergic to.
Fucking finally.
Like, okay, imagine a guy just punching into a beehive and he just starts eating bees.
I have a video.
Oh my God. And then the exposition crew in the background are like, "No, you're allergic.
You're allergic. Stop eating bees. I can't stop. I gotta eat these bees."
Son of a bitch.
Also,
we did it.
Why was there not a scene where somebody jumped into like an aquarium with a shark in it? Because that'd be great.
That literally in my head, good.
That
in
is
the
exactly
zoo.
what would happen. It's like every intrusive thought I've ever had is like should be in this movie. Like nobody jumps out of a moving car. Really.
Yeah, like they just throw themselves on the back of a car. Like people fall off the buildings. But that's really the only ones.
Could we just not have scenes of like, or not scenes, but like
just have it be an art film where there are people happening nonstop for 2 hours.
Why does it have to be in random houses? Why can't it be in a zoo? Why can't it be in a Walmart?
It wasn't a zoo.
Why can't it be in a
actually,
mall?
Why
can't it be in a mall at the end of the movie? Jay-Z
at the mall, like there's
it dropped.
Actually, the reason he might not have wanted to do that was because he had done Lady in the Water just before this, which was all in an apartment complex. And fun fact about this movie, about Lady in the Water, which really pissed me off, I learned about it. He was location scouting for an apartment complex and couldn't find one he liked. So to make it convenient for his commute, he had the entire apartment complex constructed so it would be a 30-minute drive for him. They built the entire apartment so he could drive to it easily. And then studios said we should stop giving him this much money. Because he operates well when he has less money usually. Because he can't do stupid shit.
Are they still there, do you think?
The apartment complex?
Is he renting them now?
No, I don't think it was actually functional. They just built like this huge apartment complex as a set.
What a fucking waste. We're in a housing crisis, you fuck.
Well, yeah, because he didn't find one that he was happy that would also be convenient for his commute instead of like going there. So he said, oh, fuck it, I'll have it built like out here. Because like if you don't give him money, you get stuff like The Visit.
I like The Visit.
It's fucking great.
The Visit actually feels like a parody in a way, you know. It feels like an earnest love letter, and it feels like it's funny. And it's intentional. This is not the intention on this. I don't fucking know what the intention was.
The kid gets diapered in the visit. You don't get that here.
You do not get that here.
In this movie, you get a pollution is bad message by showing you a wide shot of a nuclear power station shooting out steam.
Just fucking shooting out so much.
Shooting out so much toxic steam into the air.
It's crazy how bad it looks. Like the fucking overlaying on that is horrendous.
It looks like a fucking Command and Conquer cutscene.
And nobody jumps into a manhole.
Nobody jumps into the Brazilian kitchen hole.
No Hasidic Jews come out of a grate in the street and then just jump back into the manhole.
What if it wasn't plants? What if the end of the movie tunnel creatures started popping out and going, finally, the humans are dead.
If Skaven emerged from the ground at the end of that movie, that would be really interesting, actually.
Rat people. Last 3 minutes, rat people rise.
That would save the movie, I'd argue.
Oh, absolutely.
Make that shit Gregor the Overlander.
If it turned out the happening was caused by an underground race of rat people who were poisoning the atmosphere and everyone thought it was plants.
I mean,
it was just rat people this whole time.
This movie doesn't have a twist. You know, like, usually he goes for, like, everybody knows about the M. Night twist.
It does have a twist. It's just stupid.
Is it a twist, though? Because they say it, like,
well,
they say it at the beginning.
Fucking early.
Usually it's like the last, it's like really at the end, like in Split or Sixth Sense.
But here...
Maybe the twist is supposed to be, like, that it also is happening in France?
I guess. Oh, that is it. That's a really shitty twist.
That's not really a twist.
I think
that's the thing. I feel like he needs to stop with the twists. Like, actually, maybe.
What's the twist?
He mainly has. The last one was in Split, but that one was pretty.
Did
neat.
Old have one?
No.
I don't think Old had one.
Well, the twist in Old was midway through, but that was more of like an actual, oh shit. That was more of a setup. That wasn't like the whole movie's changed now.
Yeah.
Because that was a pretty good scene when you find out, like, what's wrong with that? It's, oh shit.
Yeah.
That changes things, but it's not like the movie's still going. It's not over.
Because he kind of stopped doing that, which I think is good. Knock at the Cabin didn't really have a twist either.
No. Which it seemed like it was going to have.
It's more
one
like
with how
leaving.
It was.
Yeah, but it mostly what happened was just like, oh, like, is that what happened? It's more of a, instead of like outright saying what happened.
Yeah.
It's more like, oh, did this really happen? Which I prefer.
The book was a lot more brutal for Knock at the Cabin.
It was, yeah. I read the book before watching the movie.
Yeah,
I recommend the book more than Knock at the Cabin, the movie.
I would too. The movie's a little more heavy-handed.
Yeah. I don't think it can be any more heavy-handed if it tries.
No. When they directly have to say, like, I think I know who these people are, it's, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's the ADR in this. What was the big ADR moment? Because we realized
at the end.
Yeah, they had the time.
Very end. Right. Yeah, no,
the test audiences got filtered by it, so they had to adjust the ending.
To be fair, it's confusing as shit. Even with the thing, it was confusing because I remember somebody just said, like, what happened? Why are they not dead? And it is confusing.
Yeah.
Because it's from a scene that seemed innocuous and useless.
The guy's like, it's going to keep going until 9 o'clock is going to be the worst, and then it's going to drop off.
10 a.m., it's going to be over. And then the movie
Our forecast was happening.
And then it was over at 10.
The movie shows like, oh yeah, by the way, it's 10. That's why they survived, guys. Like, holy shit.
Instead of just being like, maybe there's few enough people, or taking anything artsy or metaphorical out of it, they just said, fuck it, it's 10 a.m., that's why.
They actually show it like Arendelle, 10 a.m.
Yeah, they have the county location name on it, just in case.
Oh my god, in case you were fucking stupid.
Just in case it's movie, like, even if you somehow were getting some sort of art experience out of this movie saying, that's all a metaphor, that's all strange, it's because it was 10 a.m.
Is there an IMDb review giving this 5 stars? I need to know.
Oh, no, because Roger Ebert gave it 3. There were people like environmentalists who were big on it, like, oh, it's good at showing. Yeah. Because it's. But the
message is that tree bad.
We should burn down the tree.
If you see it as a metaphor, it's supposed to be like, oh, climate change and these problems will eventually kill us. But instead, it's more direct as being, oh, it's plants are going to start making spores that murder you. And so, like, oh, if you view it through that, it's a warning against, it's a warning against all these changes we're doing to the planet.
Oh my god, there's so many good reviews. I do not understand the hate.
Because it stinks.
What? I truly thought that it had a good storyline, something different, at least in parentheses.
It was different, I agree.
Because you have to remember that people who drink swamp water watch movies.
I'm one of those people that hope someday they make The Happening too.
The Happening, yeah, I guess you
Stop.
could.
This is such an incredible, like, dude, Dad just broke into the Redbox and stole a couple of movies. Do you want to watch The Happening? Hell yeah, I do.
Yeah, Redbox is the ideal audience for The Happening.
Redbox and the old people who go to every single movie because they don't do anything else. They go to every single showing of everything.
So I thought it was really interesting how it's like, it would be kind of scary if plants started attacking us.
God, what if this did happen? Around here, I feel like I would freak the heck out. I gotta get rid of my daisies.
IMDb reviews are fucking awful. Holy shit! I've never been on. I need to leave.
I mean, most people move to Letterboxd. I think if they're trying to do their big brain reviews, but
most Letterboxd reviews are like, this happened to my buddy Eric.
That's right. That did start it. But wait, but this did happen to your fucking buddy when you. The only one for this happened to my buddy, and then you had the story.
Yeah, no, that's true. At one point, a girl's like, I see in calculus.
And you went, that happened to my buddy.
I see in calculus. Yeah, because
they saw in calculus.
I swear I was. Have I never told the story of like E equals MC2?
No.
Oh my god, okay. So we got really stoned off some crazy Gucci Yaya, and like we were like two of us started bad tripping to an insane degree, and we had to call an ambulance because of me, because I thought I was choking and dying, and we were all high, so we were like, oh my god, he's actually choking and dying. So we called an ambulance. They showed up. They told me, stop overreacting, you're just really high and panicking. And then I was like, oh, okay. Just as they were going to leave, my buddy started screaming, I see algebra, E equals MC, and like fucking freaking the hell out. And they had to stay they had to stay with him, and the entire time he was just talking about being a grand wizard that could see algebra. It was really bad. The weed was like, we didn't know this, but he was on other meds that were affecting the weed a lot.
But he had weed from a plant.
He did have weed from a plant.
That happened.
But yeah, no, that's why when I heard like, I see in calculus, I was like, oh, this happened to me, but it was algebra instead of calculus.
Did we talk about the fact that I asked before we watched this movie, because Ten and I hadn't seen it before, I asked how many times did they say The Happening, and you were like, they don't do that at all. And they do it
dead ass
constantly.
I thought this was a movie that was so self-serious where they would be like, we didn't even say it once. That's why in my head I said they never say it, but they say it constantly.
We clapped every time they said it.
We did. We clapped every time.
It's happening.
Yeah.
And they said it at least 10
the commentary
times?
track has
I think like 13 to 15 times they say happening.
I feel like it's around 25. It has to be.
Because there's happens too. Like
happened, happens. It's a drinking game, really.
It's happening in Philadelphia too.
Philadelphia, wasn't it?
That's right, Philadelphia.
You know, I also was thinking about the train scene and how like it would have been much more effective. Well, like it would have been way more effective if they had somebody on the tracks to stop the train instead of just stopping the train because they can't reach nobody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a whole crowd of people should have walked into the train tracks like Invincible and just splattered the whole road, and they said we have to stop the train. The wheels are gunked up with blood.
Instead, they just say we lost contact, and then for some reason,
everybody.
With everybody.
It could be the script had that happen. They said that was too expensive to film. It is very possible that was an idea, because that would be a big scene to have like a crowd get annihilated by this train, or even a person.
I genuinely don't understand how this movie got made. I mean, I do.
Well,
it's because M. Night happens. It's because M. Night is like M. Night sells movies.
He was still writing off those good movies.
I mean, I still think he kind of does sell movies, doesn't he? Because every time an M. Night movie comes out, everybody knows about it. Everybody talks about it. So
Shyamalan's
well, the thing is, you kind of know what tone to expect, and it's like if it's bad, you kind of know what you're in for, but something interesting might still happen in it. You do not know with him.
You always get something at least interesting. Except
even if the interesting is this is the most boring and shitty thing I've ever seen.
Well, I maybe Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, that's like his only licensed movie.
After Earth was going to be a franchise. They want to have theme parks.
Oh, it was.
After Earth, they had like a whole fucking universe set up that Will Smith wanted to helm. He wanted it to be like a Star Wars.
I think the interesting thing about that movie is that they decided to go to a linguist to create the worst language I've ever heard in my life. The fucking weird accents they have. Have you guys ever seen After Earth?
No.
Oh my god, they invented like an accent and a way. They were like, in the future, humans will talk like this, and they're all like, Dr. Wowie.
Dr. Wowie.
It's so weird.
Renegade waiter.
And why were you? She called out for you. She called your name. And you weren't there because you never there. And you think I'm a coward?
It's so weird, dude. And it's actually how they talk the entire fucking movie.
It sounds sort of like the, it's vaguely like the Belter accent in Expanse, except way fucking worse.
My son, Jaden Smith. Skibbity Ohio toilet Riz.
Oh wait, that's right. Because when I saw it in theaters, I thought it was going to be a, I didn't see the movie in theaters. I saw a trailer for it.
I was going to say,
I thought they were making a Deus Ex movie. Because it uses music from Deus Ex Human Revolution in the trailer for After Earth. I flat out fucking, I never asked for this, starts playing in the theater. I'm shitting myself going, how is this happening? I see Will Smith. What the? And then spaceships.
Jaden Smith. That was, at this point, he's made more terrible, horrible movies than good movies.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, because like,
how can he keep getting away with this? How do we keep letting this happen?
So what is there? Split?
Sixth Sense is the first big one. Good. Unbreakable. Liked Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Oh,
Liked Signs is divisive, but I like Signs.
I like The Visit.
There's The Village.
I think The Visit is fun.
Villages Before Lady in the Water. That one's.
I think The Village is better than people say it is, but I get why people would hate it, because there is you have to lot of suspension of disbelief for that movie to happen.
Lady in the Water is where things start getting kind of stinky.
And then is there anything good after Lady in the Water apart? I mean, people like Knock at the Cabin. You know what? Maybe he's like equal. How many movies has he made? 16?
Wasn't there one? Didn't he make Devil? No, that was someone else.
No, he made Devil.
It doesn't say he's not attached to Devil.
Oh no, he just wrote it. He didn't direct it.
Okay, they had his name all over it. I thought he directed Devil. I was wrong.
Well,
yeah, of course he fucking wrote it though. Jelly Side Down. That's the sign of the devil.
I've actually haven't seen Devil, so I have no fucking idea what that's about.
There's a scene where a man throws bread into the air that has jelly on it, and it lands jelly side down, and he says that's a sign that Satan's near.
Oh wait, no. Devil is the.
They're trapped in an elevator.
Oh, I have seen it because I saw the original short film that was actually good.
He was the writer of Stuart Little. Excuse me. What?
Yeah.
What?
I don't remember.
Wait, what? Whoa.
He wrote
Stuart
Little.
Little.
He was the writer of Stuart Little.
What?
Yeah.
What?
The twist is that he was a rat, not a child.
He wrote Sixth Sense and then went on to write Stuart Little?
Hey, Stuart Little was a big fucking dude.
It was a big hit.
No, I know it was. I know. I was a big fan. I've seen that movie a billion times.
What is it? Post-Stuart Little syndrome.
What?
Because I fucking hate that rat.
What?
Oh, do you not know about post-Avatar syndrome?
Holy shit.
Oh, okay. Post-Avatar syndrome. Dude.
Different avatar.
Stuart Little looks like Mr. Cheese. Mr. Cheddar.
Biggie Cheese. Oh, Mr. Cheddar.
No, right, Mr. Cheddar. Yeah.
Mr. Cheddar.
Stuart Little lost the historic. Oh my god. Okay. There was a lost painting unknowingly used on set for Stuart Little.
A lost painting?
A set designer bought it at an antique store for $500 for the Little House because of those paintings. In 2009, an art historian, while watching Stuart Little, recognized the painting was a lost piece from avant-garde Hungarian painter Robert Bereni.
What?
He then called the studio to track down its whereabouts, and the painting was sold for 230,000 euros.
So what
Stuart
you're saying
used a fucking lost avant-garde painting in the Little House, which a historian noticed a decade later.
What you're saying is Stuart Little's box office.
That was the twist.
No. Oh my god. That was the twist. Holy shit. Speaking of twists, let's get into it. Was this movie? Oh, dude, this might be the hardest one for me.
Oh no.
Was this cool or art? I don't know.
Because it's trying to be art, but it's
trying to be art.
But it's more cool.
I don't know if it's cool.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
More like fucking poo or shart. I hate this movie.
It's kind of poo or you hated this movie?
Nothing happened.
Everything happened. There was so much
Everything.
happening.
It was
my bad. It's the happening.
There was so much. Happening.
Did you actually not like this movie?
No, I didn't.
What? No.
What?
What do you
No.
It was like Obscure the movie with less Sum 41.
There was so much stuff
just
going
bashed
on.
it for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, because
It's great.
Because we loved it. We loved this. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm not kidding. I've seen this movie a billion times. I will keep seeing it.
I've never seen it this sober before, which was interesting.
Yeah, no, this was also my first time watching this sober movie. Watching this movie.
I love this movie. I've seen it like 7 times. First time sober.
Yeah, that doesn't...
They're gonna mail you a coin in the mail, bro.
A coin?
Yeah. A challenge coin?
Oh, an AA coin?
Yeah, like a sobriety coin. One time watching The Happening. Sober.
Sobriety coin for The Happening.
Oh, that would be fun to make, actually.
I can't believe you hated this. This movie fucking rocks.
I didn't like it.
It's so funny. Either way.
It was boring.
It was not.
No.
What?
They walked around and talked to each other like robots.
But then people died because they happened.
It was so funny.
The fucking movie happened to them.
It's unbelievable.
Wow.
This is the twist.
This is the twist
that I wasn't a fan.
I thought we were all on the same page saying this is so bad it's good.
I was laughing the whole time.
Especially because 10 working in a zoo, you must have appreciated the man feeding his arms to the lion because you must have had those thoughts.
You
must have thought sometimes about like, what if I just hurled myself into this enclosure?
Regularly, more than I'd like to admit.
Does M. Night show up in this movie? I don't think
he's only Joey on the phone. He's not actually, you don't see him.
So it's nothing. Because usually he does a cameo.
It'd be a really good bit if Joey did show up and he had like a lizard on his head and somebody just said, "What the hell was on Joey's head?" And then Nickelback starts playing. That'd be crazy.
Oh, fuck. Okay. And then Mark Wahlberg has a little rat in his head, and that's everyone's ratatouille'd by a small animal.
What if every single leaf on every single tree, it was never the wind, it was just the rat man telling their rats to control the rat-pening?
Actually, I have heard that Servant, the TV show by M. Night, is actually good.
I didn't know he had a TV show.
Yeah, it's on Apple Plus. I've heard only good things.
Hey, Brendan.
Yeah?
One of these days we need to we need to sit down and write a screenplay for a Rapture-themed rat movie.
What if the rapture happened, but it was just rats floating into the sky?
The rat-pture.
The rat-pture.
Oh my god. Okay. Is it cool or art?
Art.
It was trying.
I also have to say art.
It genuinely transcends the medium of bad movies.
It's more art than cool, I think.
It doesn't have enough because there's happening, but the happenings don't quite get hard enough, even though the deleted scenes had some better ones. And there's much more art actually happening.
Can incompetence be art?
Yes.
Then in that case, yes, because I think this movie is so incompetent.
There's way more scenes of art than cool. There's so much wind.
We love
a lot of wind.
Yeah,
they got chased by wind that moved at about a mile per hour.
Art or cool is all about intent, and this was trying to be an art movie.
I don't know if it's about intent. Sometimes it's the feeling. This is so fucking this is such a crazy abstraction of media. Jesus Christ. Okay,
it was trying to be art, and then M. Night tried to backtrack and say, "I always meant it as cool."
Thank you, M. Night. Yeah, go watch this movie. I think it's worth it. Go watch this movie. Go listen to the commentary track. Go have a good time. Go happen. How about you go outside and happen instead of fucking staying inside?
Yeah, go happen.
No, don't go outside. The happening is
you might fucking relay race your fucking own death. Ooh, thanks so much for listening. This episode would not have been possible without the help from our patrons, such as Alan Diver, Arta Vaughan, Beck Davis, Bure, Bland But Funny, Boopoo Lou, Brain Soup, Caffeine Addicted Chemist, Chris Chapman, Christian Van Engen, Dasul Burt, Delling City, Dog Named Bear, Dreams of Ice, DX Studios, Eric Scott Gillies, Ethan C., Ethereal, Generic Phoenix, Handsome Destiny, Hater115, John Requires Lasagna, Kawaii Boy Toy, Lambda, Leo the Geotech, Loudon Woodworth, Mr. Shirt, Random Diamonds, Rhythms, Rocco the Raccoon, Smeet Mono, Spherical May, The Frost Ace, The Snacksalotl, Winnie Rab, and Will9455. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.